Right now I'm on the Shopify website. So normally when big jobs releases, all these jobs are normally on new, so new releases. Sometimes they're on just for footwear, but we're gonna just focus on new. So this method I'm going to show you guys is going to work on any jobs, so just keep that in mind. And if they add new measures or new Shopify bot measures, you're gonna understand in this course how to make and how to update your scripts. So let's say, for example, I wanted this shoe. So I'll click on that. So any type of shoe, they have their own ID. So for size 8, size 9, size 10, you see that there's a code. This code is going to change every time that I click a new size. Every time I click a new size, the code is going to change. The code is associated with the shoe itself. So the good thing about this code is that when you get this code, you can trigger to add to cart right away. So the way you can trigger the add to cart right away is by simply having the website, and then you delete all of this, you add cart, and then this again, cart, and then you paste the code. So I'm gonna get size 8, and then you add a semicolon with a 1. That means 1 means just the quantity. You can have 2, you can have 3, but I'll just add 1, and you press enter, and then it should add it to your cart, and it should go on checkout. So that's a very fast way to do. Normally it would bring you to a queue if it was a real job, but if you get my course, you'll be able to understand what to do in that scenario if there's a queue. So I'll go back on the page. So just right now in this video, we're just going to understand keyword finding, so finding the product and then adding the product to the cart. If we go on new, there's like a category. We need to find the product, and the product is called Nike waffles. So during a job, you don't really know like 2 of the 3 words of the item. So this is the product. So we're gonna get right into the code. So I'll explain a bit about the code. So right now I open a console. So the first thing I'll do is a function called public static async find. So this function, async, just means that it's async. It does the same thing. Like it does the function at the same rhythm of when it was started. Static just means that it can be called from any other functions. So public just means that any other function can call it, because if you put it private, then we can't access that function. Right, so basically what we're going to do in this course is we're going to we're going to basically do request to this page, and we're going to get a response from the server of normal. So how do we do this? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to ask a request, and it's going to give us a response from the server itself. So let's say Mr. A wants to buy a shoe from the website. It's gonna ask a request. Alright, so normally it's a HTTP request. Sorry for my handwriting. And it's gonna send back a response. And from that response, we can create a checkout, or you can do whatever you want with it. So they get a request, and then you get a response back from the server. Alright, so basically there's different ways to get the item, but I'm not going to discuss it in this video. If you want to get my course, we'll explain the different ways. So normally if you go here and you add to cart, so if you go on network and you add it to cart, you see that the first thing that they do is a post request. That means that they're posting, so they're asking the server. If you're asking something from the server, it's gonna be a get request. So this is what it's posting to this link, and it's giving some data. So this kind of data. So I'm not really gonna, that's not the way I'm gonna do it to add the cart, because there's a simpler way, but this is a different way you could do it. So let's get into the video now. So if you want to get this product, you simply do a request to this page. So how are we going to do this request? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to just say that we're just going to create a link for where we want to request the page. So we're going to say URI site equals new URI, and then we're going to say, and then we're going to put the link that we want to do. So the link, alright, that we want to do a request is not to this page or this page. This is not the page that we want, because if we want to do a if we would want to get the link of a certain item, we would simply right click and then go on view page source, and we would see a bunch of different products. Look so if you look like, I don't know, Nike waffle, you would find the item, but it would be very hard for you to parse through this data, because you would have to like go through and then get the variant. It would be very hard to get the link, because then you have to make another request when you're actually on the page to get the variant ID. So there's a simpler way to do this. So basically, if you go in this category and you just add products.json, I think that's the link, JSON, and then you would get the item. You get a bunch of items. Normally you don't get all of them, so what you do normally is you put a limit. So you just write limit equal 50. That just basically means that you're loading 50 item on the page. If you want to get more, you can rate 5,000, and that's going to load more items, so more of the supreme. But the problem is that keep in mind that if you're loading more items, it's going to take more time for your bot to load this. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the speed. So you just want to keep it as small as possible. So we're going to stay with 50. So this is going to be our link. So this is going to be our link. So this is where we're going to do a request to the page. And basically, we just don't want to get blocked by the bot securities. So what we're going to do is we are going to, well, I'm going to show you what we're going to do to bypass that those securities. Pretty simple. So it's an HTTP web request. So we're doing a request to the page, and the format is going to be HTTP. So it's sort of it's the protocol to make a request. So we're going to say that's the request. And then we're going to request to this page, so HTTP, and then we want to do a request here, so it's going to be request, and we're going to request to the link that we have, so we can parse through it. So parsing just means that we're going through all the data and getting only the data that we actually need. So this is basically going to just get all this text. So I'll just show you guys what's the output of this thing. So normally if you want to know the output, you just say console write line, and we're going to get the response, but we can't really get the response right away, so because there might be some bot securities that might stop us from doing this. So I'll just add one more thing to the program. So request user agent. So user agent means like your identity, I guess, if you're online. And we're going to basically we're just gonna go back on this here. Normally when you do a request, you get like some sort of like user agent right here. Hold on. Yeah, right here, user agent. It just shows that you're not a bot. Like it knows that you did this request from like a Windows. So just to make sure that you're not a bot, so we're gonna use this. I'm gonna paste here we're gonna go into further more details. If there's some stuff that you don't understand or you have problems with it, you can also contact me at davidlebrome@gmail.com. And basically we want to get a response from the server, so basically we have to say web response. And guys, don't forget to import all of these for your program to work. But importing is very easy to do. So we're gonna get a response. So response equals response, and then we're going to we're gonna get the request from that response. Get that response. So and then I'll just make this as a link. So I'll just make a string for that. So in this course, you basically don't really have to know a lot about programming. You can just follow what I'm doing, and it's gonna work the same. You're gonna have an idea how to do it yourself. So we're just transforming the response into something readable for us to parse through. So yeah, so response, web response to URI. Alright, so we're basically getting the response and putting into the string. It doesn't really matter. We didn't really need to do that, but in the next course you'll understand why we're gonna need it. So basically that we have this page. So hold on, I'll just show the output of this. So I'll just get the response of this. I'll just put lol 1 to 2 or whatever, and then we're going to we first also, sorry, I forgot to do this. We have to read the response. So sorry, this is not really important. I'll just remove this for right now. So we gotta read the thing. So stream reader, that's what we're gonna use as the function, and we're going to read through it. So sr, we're gonna read new stream reader, and we're gonna parse through the data. Okay, response stream, and that's basically going to get our output. But you also want to close this output because you do not want to run it in the background. So we're just telling the reader to go all the way to the end. Alright, and then we should be fine. And then I just want to see the output of it, just to make sure to show you guys like what it's getting. We're gonna run this. Where's our console? Okay. And we should get the full page. Alright, so we got the entire page source code. So now we're just gonna go through all these. So when we're on this page, there, we can close that up. We're on this page. We want to find Nike waffle, whatever. I don't really know the name. I know the two first word. So it's called Nike waffle. So if you click Control F, you can look up the word. So Nike waffle, and right here you get the name of the product, and you have the sizes. So you have size 12, 11, 10.5, 10, 9.5, 9, 8.5, and right next to it, to your left, you have the variant ID that you need to add to cart. This is basically what you're gonna need. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a function to make it easier for us to parse through all of this. So how the parsing is going to work is that basically Nike waffle is the one word in it. So basically it's gonna check the first word, it's gonna stop here, and it's gonna go all the way to the other word, and then the output of the function is gonna be only like this text. So let's say like so I'll show you guys while we write the function, because at the end of the day we just want this number if you want to get size 8.5. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to create our function. So we're going to call this function like, let's say public static again, so we can call it from another function, public static, and string. We have to say what kind of function it is, between. So we're gonna call it get between. Alright, and then first of all it's gonna start from a certain source, so that's gonna be our output from the entire page source. So we're gonna call this string source, and then again we're gonna start from the start, so it's gonna start from Nike fall, because if you take from I don't know, this item CRC, there's a bunch of CRC, so it's gonna be very hard for you to parse through it. So you need something that is unique. Try it at most unique. So it's gonna go through this first one, and then so just say string start, so where it starts from, and string to the end. That's basically what we need. So from start to the end. Now we got that, we first gotta check if there's actually something in the string. So string source dot contain. So it's pretty self-explanatory sometimes what I do in the code. Start. Right. So if that string contains end, so that means end means that that's also true. String source contains end, so just making sure that there's something in it. String end. Then because we got that, we're just gonna say end start. So I'm not really gonna explain to you guys in the video what I'm doing right now in the function. It's not really like, you don't really need to know, but if you get the course you'll be able to know what I'm really doing right now. You can make your own parsing through the data. It's not one thing unique. I'm just saying that, well, it's kind of hard. It would be kind of long for you guys to, it would be long to explain, so I'm not gonna. If you guys have any questions, you can, shoot me a DM on the page Spiderforce on Instagram. I don't know, but for some reason a lot of people are saying, oh, like what I'm doing is like fake, and like no, it's not fake. Like there's a lot of people who bought the course and they're very satisfied about the course. I don't know. But like you'd be very, very satisfied of what you get out of this course, because I remember when I started programming, I didn't find any course to how to make all of this. And I think that this is going to help a lot of people that want to make their own bot. Alright. Oh yeah. Why does it not like that? Okay, that's good. Alright, so now we created our function. So now we should be all set. Why is there an error? Oh yeah, forgot. This, right here. Alright, there we go. Alright, because we got a get between function, then we're gonna parse to it. So now we have Nike waffle, and we have another thing to say. I'm not gonna go directly to get the Nike waffle. First of all, what I'll do is that I'll say to the program to all of these, all the quotation, I want to make it to an at. Replace this to an at, and it's gonna be easier for me to parse through the data, because what I'll do is like I'll from this start to this end to the number with the at, I'll get what I just want. Because if I just do this, like I say, okay, I want to get this number, there might be other numbers in the code, so that's why I need to be specific with the numbers. So I'll just add an add just to make sure that it actually gets the code. So I'll just show this in the code. So basically, because I got the response, I'll say, okay, source. Okay, hey source, I want you to replace, just like this function, replace, so this one, so all the quotation with an at. With an at. When you do that, then we can finally get our product. So basically in this section, this is basically how we're gonna find the keyword. So again, we're gonna say source equal get between, and we're going to get again from our source, and we're going to get from our product. So the product that we want is Nike waffle. I just want to make sure that's how you write it. Yeah, with two S's. Nike waffle. And we're going to get the size of it. So the size you can customize if you want, but we're gonna go for the size 8. And this is how you get your product. There's in the course there's gonna be a better program to find actually the same keyword. So because sometimes they put it in small lowercase, or I'll make an algorithm to make sure that the keyword doesn't, because sometimes they mess up with the name of the product. But in the course you'll see how to do it. And then because you got now in this part we only have this section, which is good. It's gonna go through here, and the thing is that we just want this part. So we're gonna tell the string is that, okay, from the end go back from 30 characters, and then we're gonna be able to just get that number. So I'll show you guys how to make that. So I'll say source again equal source dot substring, so just minus the brand, source dot length minus 30 characters. So you're just telling him to go back 30 characters. And when you get that, you should just have this part. And by having that, because all of this is just layers, we can just get just the number by using this function. So we can just get that number. And how I'm going to do that is that I'm going to say source, and then it's going to be, sorry, not source again, new string source dot where where char is digit, so we just want the numbers, to array, so we're just gonna make an array to. Alright, and then that will just make it into numbers. And now we finally have just the variant ID. And that's great. We just want to make sure if it works, size 8, Nike waffle, we're going to run the script. Alright, so guys, I just found out that I made a mistake in get between the function. So you can just correct yourself with it. I just made a small mistake here. So after that it should work now. So we're gonna try that again. Alright, there we go. We have the number. So now, like I said before, the only request that you have to do now is you just have to add it to cart. We're going to do that right now. So we can just copy this again and then paste it here. Or yeah, we're just going to do this and then paste it here. And we're going to just make a new different function for this one because these ones are different. Alright, and we're going to have one here, one here, but we have to get site, and like we said before, is the site with cart with our string. So I'll just make this a string now. Oh. Like I said before, sorry, cart, and then we add our product, so from what we found from source, and then that we can add the quantity, but we're just going to say here 1, and we're going to see the response of this now. Alright, and then we're going to see the response. What will we get? Oh, there's an error. Not found. Oh yeah, sorry guys. You guys have to add the 2 dots here. Alright, do that. Alright, so we get the page source code from add to cart. I believe this is what we have. It says information NRML checkout. Just want to show you guys that I'm on the right page. So I just made a, we're just going to create our own website just to show you guys the response. It should work the same way. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you guys the response. So I'll just make another to preview you guys that it actually works. So now I'll just do that. And you see we have our product and with the size 8. So in the next video, so if you get the course, we'll go through the captchas, how to put your address, how to get the shipping details, so what to pick, and how to send your payment. And right here we're going to So we're going to go through all the queue, how the queue works. All the scripts are going to be given to you, even with the checkpoint. We're going to show you guys how to do that, and I'm going to show you how you can run this on any device that you have, so PC, iOS, Android. So if you get the course,